Thank you very much, Vijayan. Srikanth, when he invited me for this particular session, he told me how entrepreneurs and medium-sized entrepreneurs are coming in, and they really need to understand the kind of tips that are needed for people at a grassroots level, and how that can help and improve their existing operation in whatever business that they're doing right now. So capitalizing international business opportunities is something that we would like to brief you. The Indian Economic Trade Organization is a business intelligence unit that has been working on connecting various countries and sectors which are virgin markets. I have here a lot of colleagues, friends who belong to different business groups and whom we have been working very closely with in the last few years. The Indian Economic Trade Organization has presence in around 29 countries. We are just talking today from our very senior speaker from Singapore, and also our respected Abhinaranji, as to the difference between these. Why do you have this difference? A very small example that I would like to bring in front of you. The statistics, the kind of expenditure Singapore spends on judiciary is 2.5% of their GDP. Whereas in India, we have an expenditure of 0.02% of the GDP on judiciary. So if we know what is it that we have to spend on, where is the area which we need to put our expenditure on in the right place, it is very simple and it's a matter of policy that Mr. Raman suggested. And these are the areas we as a concerned responsible citizens should work towards. So policy and process making is the surest way to stop corruption, and the corruption is the only way that can harm the businesses and the businesses happen. So I think that is something that the cause that he is doing can be upgraded with existing responsible citizens working on this. I would like to share all the experiences of the Indian Economic Trade Organization, how we lead customized delegations to different countries, and our focus is on the MSMEs. Most of the small investors, most of the medium-sized businesses who are looking for opportunities, they have very limited avenues, and they are the ones that we would like to address to, and we have been addressing them. Countries which are virgin territories like Southeastern Europe, Eastern Europe, South American countries, and these are the places we have been focusing on. Because there are a lot of other agencies and entities that are working to help you enter Western Europe and the Northern American side or the Japanese side. As a knowledge partner, we also come on various universities and institutions, helping them understand what is needed to upgrade the education system right now. And we come to collaborate with the industry and the education. So this Academia Industry Connect is something that we focus upon right now. Most of the universities we work with internationally are the ones we bring both the industry and academia together, so that the students on a continuous process have a discussion and interactive method of learning with the industry. When they understand the industry needs and the industry understands what the students don't have. So this gap is something that needs to be filled up, and that is a big drawback that we have in our education system today. Unfortunately, the conventional system of education and this does not allow for us to provide this. So we come as knowledge partners to provide this particular facility where CEOs, CFOs, company heads, bureaucrats on a regular basis interact with students. On a regular basis come and talk to students, and students understand what is it that they need to get into, where they are getting ready because the world out there is where they need to get in, and they need to understand what can happen if we can provide the industry academia connect. I had the opportunity of leading various delegations and connecting the Indian small and medium industry diaspora. Just last month we were in Bulgaria with the Honorable President of India, and we were able to recognize and identify the areas in countries like Bulgaria and Romania and Czech Republic what is available for Indians. Now these are the opportunities we would like to present to you, and we would like you to come and see us whenever possible. And most of the opportunities that lie for Indians are not the products, but the services, because the product market has been dominated by Chinese. They have better products, they have better pricing, they have better design, and we need to reach that level, and that can only happen with the right kind of training and the education and the methodology that is currently existing. So since till that does not happen, we cannot expect to capture the markets outside India. This is coming out from our experience of our visits, of our interactions with grassroots level trading community in different countries, because trade now is open. There is nothing that you can monopolize. You have technology today where Alibaba website connects you to a village in China, to a village in Africa, without a physical interaction. So this is the time of competence that we are in, and we need to understand the current social behavior that exists, because there are people out looking out for everything through technology. Nobody is looking for any physical interaction. Nobody is looking to travel all the way to India. Nobody is looking to spend their money on air tickets and come and talk to you. So we need to provide, we need to understand what is the need and be in the market to fulfill that need. Our visits to countries, we led the first of its kind Indian delegations to countries like Papua New Guinea. Papua New Guinea is a country which is on the Pacific side, close to Fiji and Australia. So there we identified a need of healthcare. So when we went there, we studied the areas that were missing. We came back and then we spoke to Apollo hospitals, and we took their delegation. And today we are happy that with our initiative, Apollo Hospitals has set up in Papua New Guinea and Fiji, where they are helping a lot of public of that particular country with their various medical specialities. South America is another place where there is a lot of virgin opportunities available. Absolutely no Indians want to go to South America, because to begin with, South America is very far from India. The airfares are very expensive. In fact, we spoke with the Ministry of Commerce to derive some mechanisms to talk to the DGCA to help flights to go to South America, direct flights, and they are working on flights to Panama now. So then it would become more affordable for people who want to go to South America. I served as the Consul General of a country, a small country in South America called the Republic of Suriname. And I was able to help sell the Indian helicopters to Suriname, 3 helicopters that we sold out of the credit lines Indian government has. So Indian government has a lot of credit lines to different countries, and they would give an opportunity for various people who are providing services, especially now on education. Latin America is now the focused country for India, and they want to spend more from the Ministry of Commerce to ensure that Indians start trading with South American side. So you can utilize this opportunity, and we just had our colleague in the morning who spoke on behalf of VTPC. They provided a market development assistance, the MDA, which reimburses in a percentage of your cost for travel and a percentage of cost for setting up any kind of exhibition, any visits. But they are mostly export oriented. So you should make use of these facilities, and a lot of these schemes are not publicized enough, and they are not propagated enough for you, all the medium small enterprises, to understand. And you are the taxpayers of this country, and you have all the facilities that you need to use. If there is a proper way to propagate these schemes to you, I think it would be a great thing on the part of the government to do that. I would also like to talk about the opportunities that lie in the field of education. Education and blended learning is the latest that has come now. And if we are able to focus on not the conventional education but the blended learning, which includes, as I told you before, the academia and industry, that would really help. And because in the times to come, it is going to become more flexible, and the World Economic Forum Index has predicted that by 2027, 95% of the people on this planet would be mobility employed. So everybody will be mobile and they will all be employed using the mobility, and nobody is going to be stationed in one place. So you have to look at these things. You can already see how things have changed. The mobile phone and the supercomputer in your hand is your office today. You don't really need to be sitting in front of a desk unless you have to have some physical interaction, but most of the time, your mobile phone is your office. And it's a great thing that has happened because most of the people who want to do something are freelancers, and that would be the future to come. And this has come out of the experiences that we have had with different countries. I had the opportunity of taking the current Honorable Chief Minister of this state along with a delegation of a few ministers to Israel last year, just before he became the Chief Minister. And we explored opportunities on technological advances in agriculture. And when we initiated, he had the intention of wanting to do agriculture, collaboration with Karnataka state. And he also, when he came back, he allocated 300 crores to work on the agricultural collaboration. And then we were all set and we visited Israel once again. And they were asking us, okay, so what do you want? And our people didn't know what we want. We want a collaboration, but what do we want to collaborate with? For what? Because the conditions that Israel has are different from the conditions we have. The soil conditions are different. The kind of situation they were in after the war and after the creation of their state was different, and they had a challenge in front of them, and they were working towards that. Their climatology is different, and our climatology is different. The psychology of their farmers is different from the psychology of our farmers. So everything was different, and there was nothing that we were able to connect to. So now we are working about what ways can come up with how we can collaborate with them. We have already allocated some of the money that we have. They want to do drone technology, but drone technology is not going to be a practical solution to the farmers. The farmers need to understand the crop loan waivers are not something that are a solution to their problems. Not many people understand that these farm loan waivers are actually a disadvantage because the banks refuse to give future loans to these farmers because they are apprehensive of recovering their loans. So they are closing down this particular avenue for the farmers. On the other hand, the government has to really focus on providing market intelligence to these farmers and letting them know how they can do, what are the methodologies that they have to use, what do they have to grow at what time, because they grow something when somebody is growing potatoes, they are also growing potatoes. And everybody ends up growing potatoes and the price of the potatoes crashing. So this is the kind of methodology they are having, and they are absolutely no intelligence, market intelligence inputs. So we have suggested to the government as IETO that what they need to really understand is to provide market intelligence and spend that money on providing intelligence to the farmers and telling them what to grow and what not to grow, and also attach a stigma to this feeling of loan waivers. They have to be really disgraced and understand that no, this is not the solution for their problems, because this is something that is going to devastate in the future, and country has no money, the budgets are not there enough to provide this kind of loan waivers, and this is more like something that is not going towards a positive direction. And I think the Karnataka forum that has been created by Mr. Amar Narayan would be able to help those and educate them, businessmen and educated businessmen, medium entrepreneurs like you should have the responsibility to collaborate with the rural population of this state or this country to ensure that there is a very little gap between these two. Unless and until the urban and rural divide is not facilitated, there is a little progress that the country can do and how things can move forward. We have studied situations in countries like, I want to talk to you about countries like Sweden and Estonia, that we have visited in the last 1 year. We have done a lot of work with Estonia. It's a very small country with just 1.2 million people, and the whole country is Wi-Fi enabled. It's all e-governance. In fact, most of the smaller countries have outsourced their jobs to Estonia to manage their citizenship programs. We have initiated a program with the Karnataka government for e-governance, and they are studying a model how that can be implemented to create various technologies. Similar with Sweden, that is a country that has not been visited by many people, and we are putting up a delegation sometime in the month of May, an Indian delegation that will be headed by the Ministry of Commerce, and this is something that we are addressing, and IT and education would be the focus area during that time, and anybody who is interested is always welcome to do so. Finally, we are working on delegations from Poland, and with France we have initiated a nuclear energy education program. India and France are doing a project called the IETO project, a 20 billion project, where India has 9 billion investment, and there is absolutely no education and no skills available for the nuclear program. And that is a big amount that has been put by the Indian government, and they are having a problem in sourcing out talent for people who know anything about nuclear energy. This is one area if we can get into training and understanding nuclear energy and nuclear training programs. So that is a very big opportunity for you. In the next 5 years, there's going to be almost 20 billion spent by Indian government only on this area, and it's absolutely empty, and there's only 2% available. 98% of the area is lying vacant for you to encash upon. And I think these are the kind of areas you look forward to, not something what everybody is doing. And innovation and creativity needs to be there at every stage. Because if you have an idea, there is already 5 people having the same idea, and it's not going to happen. So startups and innovative approaches need to be looked at from a very creative point of view to see and understand the social behavior of the environment around you to create anything new. And IETO works towards that, and we will be very happy to welcome, to help you out in any kind of hand-holding support that is needed. We have offices in 29 countries, and we have a delegation going there for tomorrow, a 50-member delegation to Maldives, because the Indian government has given a credit line to Maldives, and there are programs from Maldives where you can have a lot of positioning happen with your particular areas of work. So, yeah, thank you very much, and I hope my inputs would have been useful. We look forward to see how we can help you, and I want to thank and wish the team who's organized this particular conference for this interaction for all of you. Thank you very much.